This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. With that, let's get over to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome with the call from New Orleans. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to a sold-out and absolutely rocking Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
Forget the measurables. His temperament, which is so even-keeled, often masks a burning desire to win and perform. This guy takes it seriously when he lines up to play, and usually he puts on a nice performance.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
It's been quite the evolution for Stephon Diggs because when he came out of high school, many thought he was the top prospect going into college football. Didn't have quite the career that was expected and actually got drafted lower than what many people thought. But, boy, is he playing to a top level now while he's in Minnesota.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. A look now at the defensive starters for the Saints. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you can tell by this team, all right? Anytime you can tell your offense, hey, just get us a couple touchdowns. We've got this thing locked down. That's when you know you're playing well and you're carrying your team along.
Cousins from the gun on third. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. Cousins to his tight end, Rudolph, for a Viking first down.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The end result, 21 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Off the play fake, Cousins. That's caught by Treadwell. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 22-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there. Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they? No. That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one. Bailey got the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. Being led out by the first pick of the 2nd round back in 2001. And that's the veteran Drew Brees. Drew Brees' accomplishments have been borderline astounding. When you look back at what people thought about him coming out of college, so-called height issue, you name it, he can do it. And boy, does he prepare well for each and every game. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense.
Brees leaves this one with Kamara. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. 39 yards there, a big one. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about where one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Anthony Harris. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They just did manage to sneak into the playoffs as a 6th seed, so it's a tough road ahead. They would need to win 3 games on the road in January, but there's 20 other teams who wouldn't mind being on that road.
You're exactly right about that, but your point about how daunting this is well taken because it all depends on their mindset now. How do you break it down so that you're not looking at this whole big road and say to yourself, we've got no shot? You break it down to this game right now, win that one, then worry about the rest of them after that.
And that's exactly right, and the staff told us that. They've been focusing with the players on don't look ahead, but that's hard to do sometimes, is it not?
It is hard to do because the ultimate goal is to do what? Is to win a Super Bowl. So you have to look ahead a little bit, but you make sure you focus on the game at hand.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. And here now the offense heading back out there. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Breeze now on 1st down. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
Danielle Hunter is an excellent example of the right player, the right athlete, meeting the right scheme. And he found it in Minnesota under head coach Mike Zimmer. Many people thought he might have been too undersized to play defensive end. What Zim saw was a heck of a guy off the edge, super quickness, someone who can get to the quarterback in the right situations. And that.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Von Bell up to make the tackle. On second down now. It's Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Cameron Jordan. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Play action now. Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. On third down, Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Now Breeze on third down. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. No.
And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. That'll be complete to Cook.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Gets through, and now an opening. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And the 2015 first-round pick, Malcolm Brown, brings him down. Call it no gain on the dump-off, and it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, good move. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Breeze. He's got Smith here. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the 1st, you still got a half a field to go. I go ahead and punt the football myself.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. A 10th carry for Kamara. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Breeze now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and it's 3rd and short. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Breeze. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
We got this.
And now out comes Minnesota, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Here's a throw that's backfield. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. To throw, Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Cousins now from the 50. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Breeze now on 1st down. And brought in by the tight end Cook. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw, it's Breeze. And Thomas has it. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Breeze to throw. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Andrew Sendejo swoops in for the sack. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Exit.
The final shot before half for Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. In that 1 o'clock time frame, a lot to choose from. But let's highlight the game in Philadelphia. A big one for the Eagles as they get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, it's been as tight as we expected our game to be, all even at the half. Who will go on to the divisional round? We'll find out as we send it back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. A throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Throwing on first down is Breeze. Again has it complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Breeze. Cook stripped. The ball's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. On second down now, it's Cook. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead, now, they're not close to the first down.
And now we're going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Ready, 95, 56. 55. Do your job. Check 26, check 26.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. That was 2nd down run for Murray. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
55.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. The open man is Smith. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Ready, number 80. Right there, 54 Mike.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Breeze. This is caught by Gill. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up? And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Cameron Jordan picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Shotgun now for Brees. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's brought down. A nice little juke move that preceded it, but not much thereafter. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Brees. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Called out a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. 2nd and 5 now. Brees. That'll be complete to Cook. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. On first down, Murray. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Brees. He gets it to Thomas. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this break. EA Sports. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Brees. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Brees. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Lutz will look to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Cameron Jordan able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw is Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Cook following the penalty. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. From the 45 on 2nd down. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Watch the hug! 180! Hey, skip! Watch the ship! Watch the ship! Hey, watch the ship! Watch the ship!
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Cousins again. He completes it to Treadwell. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. To the air again, it's Cousins. This is Johnson, he's got it. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there, leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are back within a single score.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stalemate in order to find that space.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't they? Extra point try by Bailey. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And right now they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a 2-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here in order to feel a lot better about where they are in this game.
But this time of the year, playoffs, game of this magnitude, this is what we hope for.
Yeah, it's exactly what we hope for. You want to run your offense cautiously, but not so cautiously that you just give it up. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And Kamara has it stripped, and the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Bailey now for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Here's Breeze to throw. And Thomas has it. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans. On 1st down, Breeze. Thomas has got it. Complete.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady. Check 55 to Mike. And we have you on the
Now Kamara. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. Again, it's Kamara. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Breeze. Again has it complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. On first down, it's Murray. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
Crunch time, defense.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Now Breeze.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Lutz's kick is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. Certainly they want to win this game, but down 3, they know what they need to do. Get in field goal range, at least have a chance to tie.
And if you approach it the right way, you almost have a safety net. Knowing just a field goal gets it done. You don't press for the touchdown, but you take it if the opportunity comes. If the opening's there, someone slips in the secondary and you get a big play. But otherwise, get the 3, put that on the board, and try to extend the game.
They'll be trying to muster 3. Of course, they'd love the score to win it. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Back to throw.
That gets him the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And this is Cook with a grab. It'll be a 2-yard gain. And just like that, it's 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. He's back to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Running for it, here's Cook. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses that are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep. They'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Yellow lady. Black by 4. Oh, you got deep? 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Here's command for it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Ready. Yellow lady. Yellow lady. Shoot, shoot, shoot.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.